Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
So, welcome to the Entelechy Archive Season 2, Game 3. That's us. Been awesome. I'm your story guide. You can't see my face because I'm one of those dentists you see on TV.
Deep cut.
Or don't see.
Yes, and tonight we are going to be playing Trinity Continuum Eon. And there will be shenanigans, I'm sure. From
Most definitely.
Nate, who's playing Tomas.
Hey.
Tell us about Tomas a bit.
Okay.
What's his favourite colour?
His favourite colour is white. That's the colour of things being clean, and clean is important when you're in space and a speck of dust can make something stop working and suddenly you can't breathe. So he likes white, he likes clean. That's not how he always looks. He's a scruffy guy, but he doesn't let things break.
Nice. And what's he hoping to achieve tonight?
He's hoping to find out what the hell happened. He had about 1 million ideas going through his head for if he'd been brain hacked, or if there was some kind of, like, if they'd been kidnapped and put into a virtual reality simulation, robots using human energy to power their civilization, who knows? But now that's all kind of gone out of the water after he seemed to physically take something back from whatever it was that he was experiencing last time. So he wants to find out what the hell happened, and he also wants to make sure that his few friends that he has on the ship are actually okay as well. And did that happen to them? Was it just him and his apparent satisfactory intelligence friend? He wants to know what's going on, basically.
Mm-hmm. And Tash, playing Ceres, ICEP 99. The satisfactory intelligence and nothing more, don't you worry about it.
The other way, please.
What's ICEP 99's favourite memory?
Oh, favourite memory. It'd have to be waking up on the Entelechy for the first time, knowing it was going to go to unusual places to do unusual things, very far away from humanity.
And here you are, slumming it with a human.
Here I am, slumming it with a human.
Or is he?
A suspicious human, as it would be.
And what's ICEP's goals for tonight?
ICEP would very much like to work out what has happened also, but with much less curiosity. My appetite really aims towards preserving my cover as an SI. I'm a bit worried that this over-enthusiastic human's going to blow it for me. Very keen just to move on and get back to what is actually quite a nice routine for her. I would like to get back into my routine so that I can shake off all of the disruption of the disturbing experiences I've had.
Speaking of which, just to sum up for those listening, the first game we were introduced to the Entelechy, a large ship going unusual places for unusual reasons and doing unusual things. And it's got a few power outages after coming out of a warp. And
a couple of holes.
Full of holes now, yeah. Asteroid field, something, explosions, something, aliens, something, robots.
Ample amounts of artfully splattered blood everywhere.
Yes.
Yep. And flickering lights.
And then the next game, you were surprisingly on an island beach with palm trees and clear blue waters and weird lobster men. That was
Makes perfect sense.
possibly not what you were expecting as you climbed inside the small cramped tube to do some repairs. But you made it out. You didn't even have any lobster for dinner. Which leads us to today. As you left, you grabbed a pamphlet, appeared back in the, let's call them Jeffrey's tube. No copyright infringements, please.
Yep, it's Jeffrey spelt the other way. So
Yeah.
Geoff.
Yeah, like jail. Yeah. Yeah, and ISEP 99 was back in her robot body. And you're probably both a little bit wondering what the hell just happened.
Yes.
Particularly when you put out the pamphlet from the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
That was very artfully understated.
So are we launching?
Yeah, you are now, pretty much from that point on. You're still stuck in the Jeffrey's tube, possibly still staring at the pamphlet that you're holding. And ISEP, I believe, was in her repair body, the armed one, like one with arms.
Yes. The very strong and flexible arms, legs, body, but primarily just some strong arms with a nice little compartment in the torso for carrying repair bots.
That's awesome.
That's very useful. But it's also quite dark, so yeah, you're using
these
torches. There's some
Jeffrey's
illumination around.
tubes not illuminated?
Barely. You know,
Barely.
it's not pitch black. There's blinky lights because that's what you have on a sci-fi ship. Blinky lights. And little torches that put out just not quite enough light at any given moment to make you feel comfortable. You should probably rig that up to be some sort of super laser or a spotlight, but you haven't yet.
Space is a very dark thing.
That's deep. Okay,
Yeah.
so I reckon Tomas is going to be climbing out of the Jeffrey tube, and probably not super fast because I think he's probably pretty rattled. But I'm going straight to Ceres with a pamphlet in my hands, and I think I'll probably come up and once I've confirmed she's running, I'll kind of nearly wordlessly kind of hold the pamphlet out and I reckon say something like, can you see what I'm seeing? And then just kind of flip it.
Can I see what he's seeing?
Certainly can.
I can see a pamphlet of some description. Is that what you were seeing?
That is what I'm seeing. The same thing that we held before in what I thought was a hallucination or a virtual illusion. But now it's here.
Well, it would be very strange to have a shared hallucination with an SI. We can eliminate that possibility.
Yes.
This pamphlet seems to indicate it may have been a virtual interface of some type. It was very strange. I feel very disturbed by this experience.
It might be a good idea to bring up some diagnostics of your code as well. Try to see how it might have affected you. I don't know what kind of medical equipment I can rustle up here to see what it's done to me. It's not exactly my specialty, but maybe if we can see what it's done to you, we can work back from that and make some assumptions about how it affected us.
Of course, I will run a... Ooh, I'm a bit quiet. I will run a diagnostic.
Maybe I'll take a look too.
You're just going to stare at Isaac while she takes the diagnostic? That's... Ooh la la. I didn't realise we were playing that kind of game.
My internal diagnostics are up to date with the latest Spring Robotics software. I think that this is the best course of action.
Kind of an expert in these things too. Sorry, Nick, what did you say?
I said it's always good to check.
Well, that is. I feel like it could probably do with having a tech's eye over it too. I've kind of built a lot of the stuff around here, so I think I'd be pretty familiar with what's going on.
I'll be happy to share my diagnostic results with you.
Ow, shut down. He wants to see his code.
Well, that will take a few minutes.
He only wants me for my code.
But it's very intriguing code.
Straight to the code. Straight to the diagnostic.
I figure there's been two sessions of dancing around it. Surely that's enough.
Dancing around it.
Well, whilst Ceres is running code, diagnostics override code,
and Tomas is sitting there going, I want to see.
Is there anything I need to roll for that?
No, that's just running your own diagnostics.
Beautiful.
Tomas, here's a staticky intercom message coming through. Not particularly loud and clear, but it sounds like Commander Gellison.
Okay.
Who you know as the ship security commander.
Okay. I'm gonna jump on to the nearest, I guess, computer port and see whether I can try to make that a little louder, try to eliminate static or up the volume.
Yeah. Tomas, are you there? Gellison. I eat and Gel. Sin. You must the data core. No, else close enough. Deactivate the Xeno infestation. Cluster L.E. Chi. Wake. You must up. Static.
Oh God.
Sounds like you need to run a diagnostic on our comm system.
Tomas is way too distracted right now to really reply to that. God damn it. He's gonna try to say, can you repeat that? There's a lot of static. What did you want me to deactivate?
There is no answer. It's just static.
Damn it. Is there any way to get a hold of that? I'm guessing it wasn't really recorded. It was just kind of broadcast.
Just a broadcast.
Oh man, I didn't write down exactly what I managed to make out of that either.
You don't have a good memory?
I do.
Ah.
That's marvelous. Thank you. I mean, the character does. I definitely do not, obviously. Okay.
You clearly don't. It's on your character.
No, that's right. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, excellent. Oh man, it's been a long day. Okay. Can I roll something, or even not roll something, to see whether he can recall exactly what the commander just said? Maybe enough to try to piece it together.
It's just you have is it photographic memory?
Yes. Yeah, photographic memory 1. Only. So that's
anything you concentrate on.
Yeah.
Did you concentrate? 2 enhancement against alter anything. No, you're just gonna remember this. It's fine.
Okay. So
Thomas, are you there? Gellison. I eat and a gel sin. You must. The data core. No. Else. Close enough. Deactivate Xeno infestation. Cluster. L.E. Kai. Wake. You must. Up.
Okay, so he's gonna repeat as much of that as he recalls, which is pretty good because he has a good memory, to Ceres.
I was here.
Well, yeah, but he's gonna repeat it anyway because he remembers.
Just to prove that he can.
Yes. So it sounds like we need to do something with the data core to quite intrigued by deactivate the Xeno infestation. So that was the main thing I got out of it, and a cluster which I think we haven't identified very well. We didn't get the full name. So but he said no else close enough, and I don't know what that exactly refers to.
Can I check my nets to see if it... Oh, I don't have SensorNet on this. I can't. Don't worry. In this robot.
You hear an alarm going off in the distance.
Oh, great. Okay.
How are the screams going?
You haven't heard any for a while?
Okay.
That's either a good or a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, I definitely do still have the kind of the fire extinguisher kind of weapon that I created in the first session too, to sort of kind of almost freeze people in place.
Oh yes. You've got those stats written down somewhere.
Yep.
Say it with confidence.
Yes.
Off the GM and say whatever you like.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And also the nuke on his back.
Aha. Not a liability at all.
Yeah, well, that was pretty much what he had last time, so I'm just pleased that he didn't blow up. I don't think I'm going to build that again. Can Tomas recognize the talk of the cluster, whether that sounded like that was somewhere on the ship?
Yes, so you know the data core is towards the center of the ship, so you...
Okay.
And it's a reasonable height from where you are. Like, there's a lot of twisty passageways between here and there.
Yep.
It could take you a while that way. There are faster ways, but you know, that's up to you.
Okay. A bunch of Jeffrey's tubes.
Yes, crawling's possibly not faster than walking.
Possibly not faster.
Might be safer. Who knows? How big were those aliens?
So he's going to be relaying all of this and starting to, kind of brainstorm out loud like he does. Current theory is that that there is some kind of other, or perhaps still more of these creatures that have been released and maybe infesting the data core. I don't know exactly what the commander wants us to do with it, but if we can make it there, I think with both of our minds put together on this, once again eyeing you off, I think we can figure out a way to fix the problem. But I don't think it's a good idea that we just mosey on down through all these corridors. I think I can find my way through all right. I've been working on trying to map this whole damn ship out for months, but I'm not there yet. Maybe we can work out another way that we can get there faster. Out of character, I'm wondering whether there's a way to kind of to cut through on the outside, like if that will let us kind of cut off time.
You could save a lot of time going through the outside. Only downside is you would have to find yourself a spacesuit, but that's not exactly difficult work. You're on a spaceship with access to these things.
Yeah, totally.
And then you would save a lot of interior scuffling around.
Yep, and potential danger.
Just
the danger of vacuum.
Space. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
So how does that sound to you, Sarahs?
I think that's a reasonable plan.
Do you think that would be safe?
Certainly safe for her.
What level of risk are you prepared to accept?
I've nearly died in vacuum a couple of times, actually. Just out of interest, that was how he had his moment of inspiration. Actually, I don't think I really actually talked about that.
No, you didn't.
But yeah, he was kind of stuck out in a suit in outer space, running out of oxygen, and that kind of the near-death experience of it all, sort of kind of set him on another path, and that's how he sort of actually became a like an active player in his destiny rather than just kind of wage slave kind of guy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, until he dies out in space now.
I imagine you were dying out in space then because you turned your oxygen tank into a laser.
I reckon I didn't sort of set any of that, but I reckon there's a good chance that he did something like that, and that maybe not as a laser, but as a kind of a propulsion source to get him back to safety. Because I reckon he's kind of near supernatural jury rigging skills in action.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I'm willing to do that. I think I've done it before, so I think that I'll be able to get my way through. How concerned are you about preserving your existence and maintaining a continuity of consciousness?
I don't understand the question, sorry. I can navigate fine in vacuum.
I love this
breathe.
game.
Cannot lose consciousness.
That's
in the sense that I go to sleep. I simply am or am not.
Conscious.
At any particular point in time.
Sentient?
What does that have to do with the fact that these little creatures are consuming your friends? I think
Okay.
you have a lot more to worry about them than I do.
I think about a lot of things all at the same time. This is just one of many things. But yes.
If I were bestowed with the same blessings.
If you wanted to, we could talk about maybe upgrading some of those functionalities at some point.
I've seen what you do to tech, and I do not want my warranty voided. Thank you.
I feel like that might have already been done, but okay, let's move on. He's gonna see whether he can figure out where to find a suit. I don't personally know where he might find a suit, but I reckon hopefully there's somewhere nearby or not.
Yeah, no, that's easy enough. It might take you half an hour of getting through the corridors, possibly a little longer if all the bulkheads are shut.
Yeah.
But it's certainly doable.
Okay.
And next to every external access hatch, there are emergency suits for just such occasions.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I reckon gonna grab one of those and probably all the gear that he can rustle up that he thinks might be useful. Venture out into space.
What could possibly go wrong with this plan? Nothing. That's the answer.
Yeah. I wasn't going to answer that. Is there something you want to do first, Hash, before we go there?
I hand you my diagnostics, but I pack my secondary, my drone, my little hover drone up into my body. Give it a little tap on the metal of the exterior, and I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it then, Nick. Let's venture out.
Okie dokie. You have low gravity adaptation. There we go. See what that does.
It's only at level 1, so it's not super fab. I think it just gives me, or it reduces my
no negative modifiers for maneuvering in low or zero gravity.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you're not going to suffer any negative modifiers with this.
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, you might have negative modifiers for the other things out there, but not for the zero gravity.
Well, that's good. I'll take what I can get.
Did I say that or think it?
I'm going to say the critical response bot that I'm currently inhabiting has magnetized feet for responding in vacuum environments where the grav's out.
Yep.
It's got tools, I reckon.
Do that. Right, so you will make your way through.
Okay. Good. Feeling good?
After a little while, you've been struggling with the bulkhead doors, so they're definitely in the way a bit. But yeah, there's no rolls to make here because there's no chance that you're going to fail it. It's just a matter of each one you're having to sort of hack your way through because all the normal pin codes aren't working. Bit secure. You still see the occasional trail of blood. You start hearing the screams. But these corridors are otherwise clear until you get to the area that holds Henry Takamoto's quantum material labs.
Great.
And she, despite the name, is just lying face first on the ground without any blood around per se, with a long smear down her neck.
Okay. I'm going to carefully approach with my sort of I don't even know what to call it. My fire extinguisher gun. I don't think I have any medicine skill, but I'm gonna take a look, try to see if she's alive, and sort of kind of whisper quietly as I approach.
He's not responding.
Yeah, flip her over and confirm if she's dead.
She has 2 puncture marks on her neck.
Oh, crap. Vampire's Nick.
Make a perception roll. Wait, no. In cunning plus integrity. That's right.
Ooh,
to notice things.
I have integrity now. I have integrity. Very good. That is 6 for me.
I'm going to say difficulty 2 because it's pretty dark, and complication 2.
Okay. 4 successes. Damn. Okay. Not too shabby.
Moving right off for it with a good roll.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here.
Pretty much. So buying integrity, I think, was a very good call.
It certainly was. Curse you, cunning players, and you're buying things. Yes. What you see in the far corner of the lab is a humanoid creature. It's wearing something, so it's not naked, but it's dark, like a shapeless kind of spacesuit of its own. Very pale face, bald head, pointy ears. His eyes glow as your little torch illuminates them. There's like spark of the night.
Oh God,
Hisses
these
at you.
space vampires.
Sparkles.
So, Nick?
It hisses.
Okay. I fling my weapon up and kind of back away towards Ceres. Starting to, I guess, not yell, but kind of whisper shout. Oh God, oh God, oh God, Ceres! Until I'm kind of standing with her, not quite, cowering behind her.
I step forward as if to provide cover.
Excellent. Is it approaching, or does it?
Not. It is kind of cowering.
Okay, interesting.
It's short, maybe up to your shoulders height, but it's definitely crouching down and low, and you wouldn't have seen it at all except for the eyes reflecting.
Okay, wow. Okay. Ooh. Despite the initial freak out, I'm not gonna step forward. I'll definitely let Ceres do that. But
So if I'm not an emotionless SI, who is the braver one here?
Well, someone here just insists that they are a non-sapient tool here, so they're gonna have to keep getting treated like that until they admit some things. He's gonna call out, who's there? Who are you? So still gun trained, of course.
It just sort of hisses and holds its hands up in front of its face. It palms outwards.
Palms outwards.
Yeah. So
Palms outwards.
that
okay.
way, yep.
Okay.
It's certainly not moving while you got the light on it. No. Barely a quiver. the occasional hiss.
We're not going to hurt you if you don't hurt us, okay?
No response, just kind of growly. It bares its teeth at you. Definite fangs there. It's a mouthful of fangs and a couple of really pointy ones.
Do we know what vampires are? Like,
You're
in the
aware of
future?
popular media.
Yeah, there's still like supernatural fiction.
Yep.
I'm gonna whisper to Ceres. I'm starting to be concerned that we're not out of wherever we were. I don't know if your memory banks have anything like this, but this seems potentially fictional. Maybe even another person.
Well, what do you propose we do? Detain the creature and confine it until we can ascertain whether it's an actual threat?
Maybe. My concern is that even if it's a threat, I don't want to kill it if it's actually that guy from a couple bunks down.
Doesn't appear to have tried to attack us before. We're diverted from our primary objective here.
Yeah, but I don't want to leave it and then get jumped from behind later. I love that she's just so annoyed all the time.
I move towards the teensy space vampire.
It hisses, but doesn't make any other movements. It just keeps its hands up. In as much as you can read space vampire facial expressions, it looks more scared of you than you are scared of it.
Brilliant. I initiate a grapple.
Wow.
Not with the intention to harm it, but more to restrain it and tuck it under my shoulder and all right then. Well, let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll find somewhere to confine it. Is there somewhere to confine it nearby? Can I search my security records?
I mean, this area is like many other scientific research areas. There's all sorts of rooms and nooks and crannies. There'll be holding cells for specimens and samples for sure.
Fantastic. Can I locate the nearest one?
Yes.
Assuming, let's get I can do that, but I'm happy to. What happens when I grapple the thing?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm capturing a huntsman to go put it outside or something.
Okay, just not at the airlock though, yeah?
No.
Okay,
Huntsman's out the airlock.
The old close combat, and what are you going to use for that? To attack this huntsman.
Well, I'd be crazy not to use my might, right? As like a...
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, character sheet. Two plus 8. 8 might's my baseline, right?
Yep.
Yeah, in this drone. That's 10. There we go. Ha!
Ooh, jeez.
Two
It's
successes.
a success, but it may avoid you.
That's fine. It's probably highly dexterous, if it is actually a...
Space thing.
That's it.
Ooh.
What are the odds of that? Yeah, so.
Yeah. So that is also 2 successes for anyone playing at home.
I'm not sure if defense wins, but I think it's a PC wins thing. So you grapple the poor defenseless vampire. I mean, space thing.
I know, right? Like, statistically, what's the likelihood that human beings would evolve to look like human beings? So, why not have a human being that's smaller and more creepy looking?
Older.
I know tons of small, creepy-looking people.
If Stargate's taught me anything.
Stargate, Star Trek, Star Wars, if any of them taught me anything. Okay, you have grabbed it. It is a little bit hissy and fighty, but otherwise restrained. It's certainly not speaking anything remotely human. And you can easily find a xeno sample biocell thing to shove it in.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Is that sufficient?
Yeah. Yep. We'll come back
Good.
when this is sorted out, or if we work out that this is another virtual, whatever this might be, we might have to let them out and take them with us if we want them to be okay. But we'll tackle that when we come to it. So onward.
Onward.
And he hefts his gun up. You take the lead.
No worries. Make sure you watch your back for those creatures that are ripping people to shreds.
Thanks. We can watch each other's back, as equal partners in this. If you want to be considered like an equal partner. And saying all this as they walk.
I'm here to serve.
Okay, we'll play like that then. They keep going on.
Yep.
Do I know, is this anywhere near, and totally cool if it's not, anywhere near the sort of mess area, kind of like
No, you're a
cafeteria?
long way from the mess area.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured miles away from.
Yeah. The mess area tends to be more towards the center of the ship, where the gravity is a bit more.
Yeah.
A bit less, really. Anyway, it's a bit more towards the center of the ship, so it's less difficult to get to from anywhere.
Yeah, cool. I figured so. He's he's probably while walking and while kind of worrying about people being all right or maybe being stuck in a simulation.
Yep.
He's, growing more and more concerned about sort of his few friends that he's got here, like especially Dex as well. But he's miles away, so he can't help Dex right now.
I mean, there's comms. You could try and reach him on comms.
Yeah, probably while walking, trying to split his attention and not get caught unawares by whatever is murdering people.
Well,
yeah,
if you want to make a technology roll.
Yeah, definitely. what do you reckon I should roll with it? Like intellect or
probably something mental to sort it out.
yeah, probably intellect or cunning.
Either one.
Both the same. So sweet. And plus that was technology, right?
Yep.
Sweet. Technology is 4. Three successes.
Yeah, that's enough. It's enough to... you've contacted the area he should be in, and you're getting a response. Again, it's very distorted and crackly, but it does sound like Dex. It's like, Tomas, it's you?
I'll try to tell him, yep, it's me. Did you see some weird sci-fi beach giant monster lobster scene as well, or was it just me? I'm trying to go to the data core to try to something, but I'll come back for you after if I survive.
Break. Yep. Data core. Danger.
Yeah, that
What?
danger.
No one. Core.
That's where the commander said to go. He said there was a xeno infestation.
Same.
Did you hear that
You?
too?
Ha! Mas. Fool.
He's ready to start arguing with him on that. Like, hey, I could absolutely solve this. But then he probably thinks better of it.
Strange
Look, I'm trying to save the day here.
things. On.
Okay, this static is killing me. Can you get to a
This ship.
console?
Oh?
A console. Maybe we can text type.
Con. He goes silent.
God damn it, he's a janitor. He doesn't know how to work these things anyway. Just stay where you are. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. I'll save the day and I'll come here and let you the hell out as well.
Come. Come. Come.
Oh man.
Crackles.
I reckon he probably sees Sarah's look at him and just says, just don't.
Well,
So on they go, I guess.
About half an hour later, you're at the right place. You've got the spacesuits there. You just have to change into them. There's more blood on the floor here, and one of the suits is missing, but the other suits look to be in reasonable repair. It's not like they've been damaged, just there's a few here.
Okay. Definitely checking them closely.
The airlock looks suitably active, sealed up, working order. That's fine. The light in here is working, which is a nice change.
Are there backup oxygen tanks I can carry
There are.
for the human?
For the puny human. Yep. Definitely.
I might do that.
Thank you. Yeah, well, yeah, he'll suit up and get ready to go.
Okie dokie. You activate the airlock, and away you go.
Awesome. As long as I don't have to roll anything for might, it should be all good.
Would you like to hold my hand?
Would you like me to hold your hand?
It would be a sufficient anchor.
Yeah, thank you for your care and concern. Sure.
I live to serve.
Okay, just
cool.
looking up the whole space maneuverability thing. Although you're not getting any negatives to it, which is good.
Yes.
I think it's just going to be some athletics rolls, basically. Let's roll with that.
Okay, cool. I've got a little bit of that.
Plus whatever attribute you want
Well, that I can justify.
that you can justify more than the point. Yep.
Would I be able to justify, like, I assume that the outside of the ship probably has kind of like handholds or like kind of, ladders or something like that.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's like Greeble City here. You do have ladders, you've got hooks, you've got places to attach lines.
Okay.
If you have any.
Don't know whether I do or not.
It's been meant to be you do.
Well, that's true. Or I do actually have a gift of device mogul that lets me, I think, spend an inspiration, and just have a tool on me.
That would be handy, yes.
I just don't know that I want to waste inspiration on that just yet. But if I could probably justify a cunning roll that he's not trying to be dexterous, like not trying to, make dangerous jumps. He's trying to kind of get a feel for things and, kind of carefully studying almost, but not like in an intellect way, although he has it's at the same. But yeah, he's trying to, be kind of steady and careful and looking for all the possibilities and judging the safest one before taking it.
Yep, that is fine.
So that will give me 6 dice all up. Does Sarah's have to roll as well, or?
Yes, but there will be definite advantages there, enhancements, because of the magnetic feat.
2 successes I have.
Okay, and Sarah's.
Yep. So I don't have any athletics. I do have the magnetic feat. As part of my toolkit. I would probably like to roll might from the perspective of if there's any reason why I have to leave both, contact points off my feet. I'd use my might to anchor from my arm.
Because there is plenty of things to grab onto.
Yes.
No worries at all.
And I have stretchy arms, so it doesn't matter how far away they are.
She's so very cool.
2 successes.
That's 2 successes from each of you. Excellent. The going is slow. You are out there in space. The distant sun is kind of reddish in hue. It gives a little bit of a red tinge to everything, which is possibly a little creepy in places. The asteroids around you are definitely visible. A lot of them are like obviously a fair way off, but you can see the trail of glittering metal from where they've passed through the Entelechy. They got a reddish rainbow glitter.
It's very beautiful.
It is.
I'm more concerned about the fact that all that stuff is supposed to be inside the ship.
Possibly a worry, yes. Beyond that, there is a fair amount of activity visible, but that's presumably the repair bots going to town. They have a lot of work to do. So, otherwise, nice starry galaxy all around you. Just the sound of your breath, sound of your heartbeat, the feeling of the clodding as you bump into things, the solid grip of ISO 99's hand.
Some brief moment of tenderness there as well, maybe.
Is it real or no?
It's one of those stories I didn't realize.
I'm just glad that glittery red is not going to splatter artfully across my face.
True. Yeah, it looks a lot harder and sharper than blood.
Yes, if it's splattering across me, it's
Really
probably
bad.
not a good thing.
You get to a junction point between the ring that you're on to get onto the central hub of the ring. And next step in the journey. It's a bit of an angle. Make another roll, both of you.
Okay.
This is a bit of a leap of faith just to fly up and grab onto the next bit.
Okay. Oops.
Go, gadget arm.
3 successes. Okay.
Nice.
Hopefully that's a good enough roll.
Yep, no, that's fine. You didn't fail. You don't have the negatives. It's fine. And I mean, technically, Ceres has got probably like 6 successes given her enhancements, but that's all you need. You make it. As you're sort of gliding up to the next bit and just very carefully doing it, you notice something moving on the hull that's not a robot.
Okay.
It does look suspiciously red.
Has it noticed us?
Well, you're not sure. It's still moving. It's not moving in your direction. It may not have
Red.
noticed you.
Is it a giant lobster?
Yes.
Really?
No word of a lie.
Oh man. Okay.
It's hilarious.
I told you. I told you this wasn't real. I knew it.
Maybe it was our experiences before that were not real.
What do you mean by before? Before the beach?
Before the transition point where you believed that it became unreal.
I'm not sober enough for this conversation. And he starts continuing on. I think we need to stay away from the lobster, though. I don't have a nuke gun on me right now.
Okay.
The lobster appears to pull up a piece of hull plating and then crawl inside.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so how far away is it from us?
It
Just
was a couple of
like,
100 meters.
Okay. Hmm.
There are other resources aboard the ship to protect the ship. We have an objective. We should work towards that objective.
He's not happy, but
You can fix it later.
yeah, I will.
And I'll take out the lobster.
You
Or
will.
add it to your
Yeah.
menagerie.
Menagerie is a good word.
He's going to have all this collection of all of these dangerous animals that he believes are his friend.
Why do
No,
they all name Dex?
Oh god. No, I choose to believe that the lobsters aren't crewmates purely because of the fact that I fried so many of them. But I just don't want to risk it with the vampire if the vampire's not trying to kill me. Although, interestingly, out of character, did we confirm somehow last time that the lobsters weren't real? Because they didn't change.
Yes, you were going on the fact that they didn't change, therefore they weren't real.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
It's a
So,
good
yeah.
theory. You know, go with
Yeah.
that, it's fine.
Yes, and I see one lobster in space and immediately think nothing's real. Yes. Hmm.
Religions have started over less.
It's true. And that's fared so well. I guess we just keep going then? Not try to attack the lobsters, just try to avoid?
How confident do you feel in tackling that lobster?
If you're the one that's in the front, quite confident. Unless you don't want to, of course, which is the right of any sapient being.
If you tell me to go after the lobster, I'll go after the lobster. But my recommendation is that we work towards the root cause of the problem, which appears to be in the data core, according to the instructions from our supervisor.
Which may or may not be my supervisor, but that's a conversation I'm not equipped to answer. So yes, let's keep going.
Okay. A little while later, it feels interminable because you're moving so slowly and carefully, but better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You get to the hatch you're after that's nearest the data core. So there's still a fair way to go inside, but much closer, and you've saved a lot of time.
Awesome.
You enter. A whole bunch of doors open and shut. And you're inside, repressurizing. Again, this is very well lit. No sign of blood. All the spacesuits seem to be present and accounted for.
Okay. Just checking over everything as much as I can, just to kind of almost just to see that everything is where I think it should be and how I think it should be. Just with this general doubt of reality, I just, I'm looking for anything that's not quite right, like something that doesn't match the ship that I know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Well, you could make a roll for that.
If that's something that I can roll for, then definitely.
I feel it probably would be technology.
Technology?
Or maybe science.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of those.
I don't think I've really rolled science, so I'm happy to roll science. I think it's a bit less than my technology. Oh, it's too less than my technology. I'll give it a go. With intellect?
Yep, sure. You're trying to find glitches in the program?
Yeah. Three successes.
Nice. And you notice nothing standing out as wrong here.
Okay.
The whole plating is like dinging nicely when you tap it. The fabric is rustling when you put your hands over it. The reflections are beautiful.
As flawless as a calm,
The screams are
rock-ridden
audible.
beach.
No, there's definitely screams, just so you know.
That's definitely fantastic.
Hmm.
And an
Okay.
alarm goes off again.
It is strange. There's audible screams, and yet my interpretation of the instruction from the security chief is that we were the closest that could actually manage this data core thing.
And Dex sounded a little surprised at the idea of me going in to fix, which I mean is deeply offensive, but maybe it was just because he knew that I was far away.
Well, that you're a delicate little techie.
Did you see that gun that I built before? That's like Doomsday Device kind of level.
In what we, as far as we know, was a virtual reality construct.
Yes, but it was similar enough to reality. It followed the same laws of physics that we know of.
I'd look forward to seeing the results replicated.
I'm
Just for
worried that
scientific
if I
integrity.
replicate that, I'm going to blow my hands off, at the very least.
Or huge holes in the side of the hull.
Yes. Both bad options.
You also don't have any 1950s fridge parts lying around.
True.
Do we have replicators?
No, unfortunately.
Later on the holodeck then.
If only you had a holodeck.
I don't
It
think
would
I
explain some things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I guess they're probably still going there, but yeah, becoming concerned that it's a wild goose chase from perhaps whatever this kind of virtual or whatever system is trying to get them to do might not be a good idea at all. But he doesn't know where else to go.
Well, you have a ways to go, so you're going to completely take off your spacesuit or leave most of it on? And I assume you're going to take off your helmet because there's no need to breathe the suit's oxygen.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's one.
Would the spacesuit provide probably some kind of armor, perhaps?
Yeah, well, a little bit of protection, yeah, sure.
A little bit. Would it probably also give kind of added difficulty or complications to things as well, I guess?
Yeah, it's a bit bulky. That said, I mean, you can take the gloves off as well, and so you've got manual dexterity. But if you're not going to be jumping around in this very easily.
Yeah. Okay. I might leave it on for now, but I think, take the gloves off and shove them in a pocket if it's got a pocket or like
it's got a strap.
Console. Yeah, cool.
Alrighty. Into the darkness again.
Yep.
Should the lights flicker on as you go through the door, and then they're out again. But it is enough to see the corridor is clear. Not exactly clear of furnishings, but it's clear of things, living things, or dead bodies. The sort of things that you've been looking at a lot recently doesn't have those.
This place is great.
Relatively. As you start walking down, you hear a small humming sound, and it sounds familiar. And around the corner comes one of the ISEP bots.
Huh.
security droid.
Okay.
It pops up a little message on its LED screens there, asking for identification.
I'm happy to give it my ID. I guess, is it like verbal?
Nope. No, it's a non-verbal droid. So it's just literally an LED screen that's putting out commands. But you know...
Oh, no, I mean, like, does it need a verbal ID from me, or does it need me to show, like, an ID card, or...
You'll have codes for the ship, so you just need to sort of speak those. That's Star Trek wise. Alpha 001. Self-destruct. No, wait. Oh, no. Undo. Control Z.
Okay, well, yep. I'll gladly give it my security code or my security ID.
Yep. It thinks for a second.
I still have my gun as well.
Your ID is enough. It retreats. Little message comes up. Have a nice day. You don't get that sort of service with Ceres.
No, I don't.
You continue on.
Okay.
Do you not like this form?
The alarms go off.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear something scuttling through the air conditioning.
Okay. Back to freaking out after that brief moment of not freaking out.
Just keep moving. I mean, if you stay here, it might be too late. If you keep moving, at least you'll get to the data core.
Yeah, I guess moving.
Short of accidental foul play.
Yeah, try to move maybe pretty quick as well.
Yep.
If Ceres is cool with that.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm an SI. I can do things many times quicker than you. It's nice of you to try and keep up.
I mean, I could always just be riding on your back, but I feel like maybe we're past that in our relationship. Unless you don't think that. Oh, like unless, we're actually less like two people relating and more like a person and his tools, maybe.
You're a curious human.
I am very curious about what's going on in there. And he's dying at all these silences where she just refuses to engage.
Anywho.
Yep. Gives
I'm
up.
assuming you're not going to get carried.
Yeah, doesn't even get carried and doesn't even get, like, the confirmation that he craves.
Yes.
It's terrible.
You keep moving through the darkness. There are more and more security droids as you get closer to the data core. Some of them look a little banged up. Every now and then, one of them stops you for identification.
Okay.
Make a roll for that, actually.
Yeah.
That.
What do you want me to roll?
So,
that might be command. Command and... well, a mental.
A mental.
Actually, no, let's mix it up. A command and a social.
Okay. Oof. What exactly am I rolling for? Is this just to be dealing with droids who are...
It's your knowledge of something that's not covered by your photographic memory.
Okay. Maybe composure?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, composure and no command. dice. 0 successes.
Excellent. Wow.
Well, we get some momentum now.
Okay. You now have 3.
Yay. Does Ceres get to roll as well, or?
Yes, Ceres can roll.
Alright, what was that? Sorry?
Command, and, well, if you want to do composure, go for it.
I do have a lot of composure. I also have a lot of intelligence.
Yep, but it's definitely a social thing.
Awesome. Oh, of course, yep. Well, I have 0 command, so...
You guys aren't cut out for command.
No.
Haven't I made it clear that I'm a follower? Sorry, my recall on Roll20 didn't bring up the last thing, so I had to retype. Ah, the connection to the server on Roll20 has been interrupted. Sorry. Oh, there we go. 2 successes.
Excellent.
Don't know if you've got that through yours, but
Yeah, no, that hasn't loaded.
yeah, I was going to ask: is there any like interfacing that I can do, sort of electronically, to kind of be aware of what's going on with the
That's a good call.
the
That's what I was thinking of doing too. So yeah, that's great.
I'm just sending you a sneaky message, Tash.
Oh dear.
Knew this robot was keeping things from me.
Yeah, well, you know, my attitude seems to have changed. Like, who's to say that I am Ceres?
Oh God.
I'm waiting for my sneaky message to come through, by the way.
Don't laugh too much at the poor human.
So, how are you interfacing with it, or are you not interfacing yet? And this is just you noticing something else that I'm not aware of.
Currently, this is just.
What can you tell? What can you tell from my expression?
You're a robot. Damn it. So if you're not doing or saying anything, I think that Tomas would like to see whether he can kind of get his hands on one of these droids and see whether he can try to kind of connect in to maybe see what these droids know. If some are banged up, then presumably they know about creatures or something. I would like to find out from them.
Mm-hmm.
It might be hacking, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can certainly try and hack one of them. They're not going to willingly let you hack them. They're security droids.
Yeah, no, I figured. But that's where Ceres comes in.
Do you really think I'm going to interrupt the security resources that are potentially stopping you from being torn into shreds by teeny little escaped xeno-alien things?
I mean, maybe if we talk about it, maybe I can convince you with my massive social skills. So, Tomas answers the most recent droid and gives his security code.
Yep.
And then, like, when it's about to kind of turn around and wear off, he sort of kind of pats it on the head for 1 second, like, oh, wait up. And then kind of pulls his hand back, like, is it going to zap me or try to shoot me?
Like,
and then
it does have the inbuilt taser.
Yeah, no, I figured so.
Carrier's
And then-
taser.
yeah, and then I went, I'm not hurting you. It then says to Ceres, are you able to connect to the security droids and or the security droid network and see what they see, or at least check their records for areas that might be overrun or infested, or where attacks have occurred. That could help us get there a little quicker and safer.
The light fades from the critical response bot's eyes as the
Oh God, she's dead.
as the little compartment flips open in its torso, and another little security droid, nice and orange. This one's a little bit worn. It's got a bit of blood splatter on it.
Oh, jeez.
It sort of hovers out. So, that's the wrong one. I have sensor mesh.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's exactly what I was saying, really.
So, I want to connect into my sensor mesh. Just bear with me one moment. I'll get the rules. I'm surprised I haven't copied them over. Oh, I have Universal Translator. I'm gonna have to have a shot at that one. Okay.
Sensor mesh is about noticing things, which is fine. You can do that. Gives you a +3 enhancement.
Well, it gives me a connection to the other droids in the area, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how it works. It requires a connection.
Requires a connection. Okay.
The sensor net on the advanced routines is what does that.
Yep. Which I don't think I've got.
That said, even just trying to activate your sensor mesh, you notice that there's just a whole bunch of denied signals. And
that fits within my observations.
And you know exactly that, like, this is a very open protocol designed to be shared freely and easily at all times, unchallenged.
For authenticated users, or
no, for everyone. As part of Ring Robotics' master plan for world domination, is they have the open protocol for the sensor mesh, so that all the drones in the world can freely hook in and share their sensory data. Which is why on Earth, where there's thousands upon thousands of drones, they will move in susurrations and swarms that look kind of creepy. But it's not a hive mind, it's just they all know the truck is coming around the corner before the humans do. Because they're all hooked into each other.
That's pretty cool.
Except they're not letting you hook in now? Is that what's happening, Nick?
That is certainly what's happening. She is getting denied.
Am I able to use my algorithmic deduction to deduce the most likely cause of this issue?
Yep.
Fantastic. What is the most likely cause of this issue?
Yeah,
I know it's that easy.
Yes, you may ask one simple question about the thing.
Yeah. In this case, it's the situation.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, upon interaction with a new device, program, individual, but this is a new situation regarding devices, so it's fine. Perfectly fine.
you're the boss.
And it's going to be a pretty simple. How do I phrase this? There will be some kind of data corruption going on. So the signal is broadcasting, but the corruption has spread so that none of them can actually talk. They're not actually sharing their sense data.
Okay. I retreat back into my little house and close the door. The lights come back on in the critical response bot eyes. It appears the network is corrupted in a way that doesn't allow the droids to communicate across our open network, which is the reason why you keep getting prompted for your security authentication. It's because each one has to independently function at this point.
Okay. Did it seem to you that the problem was central? So the problem was with the and I'm not sure if this is how it technically works, but where the kind of the mesh is centralized, like the data core, or is it actually a problem in each of these droids that are unable to connect to the others? So I get, is it a central problem or is it a problem?
The mesh is completely decentralized.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
So it's an open protocol that they all use to tap into each other's streams, data streams. It is not managed by a central location. Therefore, the problem has spread from drone to drone.
Yeah, from drone to drone.
So I just tried to connect them.
You did.
Look at you go.
Can you run another self-diagnostic right now?
Are you sure you don't want to do it? Just kidding.
So long for you to say that.
Diagnostic is running.
Well, if you're able to do multiple things at once, like I am, like we talked about earlier, how do you feel about letting me take a look inside that droid?
I don't feel anything about it. It's better it than me.
That is the most sapient thing you've ever said, Sarah's. With that in mind, would you be able to help me? What's the word that he'd use for it? Help me gain access to it?
I get tasered.
Better you than me, like the sapient thing.
Well, we simply need to isolate it in a confined space and subdue it. It's very agile. I don't think I'm fast enough to catch it.
I feel like if it doesn't know that we're coming for it, we could probably get our hands on it pretty handily. And if you can disable the taser so it doesn't tase me, I can get in inside pretty quick. It's kind of my thing.
Why are you getting distracted with this detail?
I think maybe that could help us to figure out what the problem is. There's no central hub for this issue. So if it has been a bug or a virus which has infected it, then that could be something I can find by going in.
Wouldn't one of the interfaces in the wall be sufficient?
I don't know, Nick. Would it?
Yep, the sensor mesh goes to every computer equipment, all of it. If you had a computerized drill, it would be part of the mesh.
Oh.
Little drill drone. Oh, it's cute.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't actually realize that, like, out of character. Okay. I guess we don't have to hack into one of these droids just yet. I'm still leaving that open as a possibility, though. Maybe.
I think I'm more afraid of you than those little lizard creatures. You're a butcher.
I'm thinking if I can compare what I find in that to what I find under your hood, we'd be able to see whether you have been infected or not. See?
I mean, that's a plan with no drawbacks.
Once again, she's just silent. Sarah kills me. And then he sighs and then starts taking apart one of his drills, I suppose. His sensor-connected drills.
I mean, do you have your toolkit on you?
Ooh, he did say that he was taking everything that he could when he was going into space.
Everything that he could. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, tools definitely.
Yeah, okay. Take apart your drill. You'll probably need tools to do this. It will be difficult.
Ooh, okay.
You know, say difficulty 2 with a complication of 2. If you don't overcome the complication, you've destroyed the drill forever.
Ooh. Now I'm wondering if a drill is the best thing to do this on, because a drill could be damn useful.
Parts of a drill could be similarly useful.
True. Okay, I'll give it a go. Intellect and technology, I assume?
Given your actual goal of
yeah,
it's probably computers.
Is technology not the skill?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, right?
Brain fart, yep. Technology is the one.
Cool. Okay. I know that I've got Ms. Fix-It, which lets me add the skill that you would use to operate that to your role.
Yep.
But the skill would be technology.
It would, yep.
So does that work?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm really good at working on tools. That's like 12 dice all up. That is like, I think, perhaps my best roll that I can make.
Yeah. Let's hope you don't botch.
Wait for it.
You only need 4 successes to overcome the difficulty and the complication.
Okay. Do I get any enhancements for tools that I have to be working on it? Or are the tools just the price of entry to be able to make the roll?
They're the price of entry.
Sweet. Okay, let's see how I go. What? I was joking.
Oh wow, you botched that.
I did.
Oh no.
No, wait a minute. Oh wait. Oh no, I just rolled that really, really weirdly. Okay, let me try that again.
12d8.
12.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try
oops.
d10s.
Yeah, 12 d8s with a difficulty of 10. So that, I was
Gonna get
never going to
tasered.
get successes. Oh, man.
Tasered by
Gee.
your own drill.
Okay, let's give that another go. Ha! Okay,
That's
I made up for it
better.
with 9 successes.
There we go. Yes. You
Far
take it
out.
apart easily. And you look at the drill, and the drill is currently correctly meshed with Seri's. Well, yes. I mean, they are connected. It's free, it's
Okay.
flowing, but there is no connection to the other drones or the ship around here, to be that precise.
Okay. So I'm going to totally show this to Sarah's too. So this looks like you aren't infected, and
I probably could have
neither-
told you I was connected to the drill.
She's not wrong.
It's true, but
9 successes, damn it.
yeah, true. But now I have a better drill than I had before. I'm sure of it. I've jury-rigged a drill now, and it's amazing. I want to use that drill and get like enhancement 10. Okay, but so this has confirmed that no, I can't connect to this other droid, so it is corrupted in some way and it's unable to connect. You connected to it, but you haven't been infected.
I attempted to, but I was unable to because it's not connected.
Because you're barred from it. So if there is no kind of central hub for this mesh, then this infection must be spread by connecting to infected machines, except for the fact that you can't seem to connect to an infected machine.
It doesn't make me want to attempt to interact with it any more than what I have to.
No, definitely. But the question is, how is this spreading? Is there something which is infected and is able to connect to uninfected machines, in which case that's the vector, and we need to avoid that, or keep you away from it, especially.
Perhaps I've already been exposed to whatever virus is impacting the net. Or the mesh.
I know I joke, but it would be actually really useful to have a look and confirm. Your diagnostic definitely doesn't look any different from before.
No, does it, Nick?
The diagnostic looks 99.999% as it did before.
Minimal variations. Within operating parameters.
And it's too early to detect a trend yet, I suppose. But you should probably schedule more diagnostics over short periods of time, I think, to see whether we can find anything changing.
I'll do that. Until then, wouldn't an actually impacted drone give you more data?
I would think so. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Good luck with it, because I'm not going to touch it. It might infect me. And then you would lose your only source of
Oh, God.
protection. Potentially.
Her just beating it up won't potentially get her infected, right? Or would it?
Well, you don't know exactly what's happening here, so
True.
You had to ask the question.
It's true. For safety's sake, would you
It
be
could
willing...
be the point at which we anchor into the battery to recharge.
True.
That would make a hardwired connection that could potentially corrupt us.
True, or it could be a wireless field at some point that you just haven't passed into yet. Would you be willing to turn off all of your Wi-Fi receivers?
You just want to see me get shocked.
I mean, that's definitely not my primary goal here.
Is Wi-Fi even a thing in the future?
Yes.
It is a thing.
It's definitely a thing, and to be fair, currently your Wi-Fi connecting you to the sensor mesh is doing nothing, because apart from the disassembled drill and your smaller unit, there is no connections available. I don't know what other tools that Tomas might have that are computerized, but
yeah, probably a bunch really. But
yeah, so you've still got connection to those, but yeah, you're not
to the ship.
You're not talking to the ship. You're not talking to the robots.
Okay, interesting. So it sounds like you don't
I
really
can't talk to the ship.
Wi-Fi right now.
But I can't, I'm not worried about these drones. What about the ship? I can't talk to the ship.
True.
I think the data core is where we need to be.
Yeah.
I really do. I think your time is better spent diagnosing this very serious issue from the data core. Rather than us messing around with one little drone.
I feel like it could give us some more knowledge, but I'm okay with that as long as you can shut off your Wi-Fi so that if there is something that could infect you on our way there, you don't get infected. And
can I shut off my Wi-Fi, Nick?
Yep. Yeah, no, you can turn it off.
I'm no longer connected to the drill.
Okay. And while I'm here with this drill, I think I can pretty easily, like considering that I had 9 successes.
Actually, Ceres might have to make a roll for that.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy to help.
Fairly straightforward, but yeah, technology and intellect say to sort of hack yourself to turn off the mesh connection.
Okay, sorry, what was that?
Technology and intellect.
Technology.
Or any other you want, but I'm pretty sure intellect's your highest.
I can help you if you need it. All I need is
this drill. Oh wait.
Not right now, actually.
Difficulty 3.
Okay, so that's 10. Two successes.
No, you just haven't quite managed to do it.
I
Please let me help you.
Going to need some assistance.
Okay, all I need is access passwords.
Access to your little red button.
Yes.
I'll note that there's still skittering in the air conditioning, and the alarms are going off every now and then.
Okay, that's not bad.
I provide the access needed to help me disconnect from the mesh.
Excellent. Do I need to roll as well, Nick?
Yep.
Okay, so intellect and technology?
Yep.
I can manage that. One success? Does that combine with the 2 though? Is what I No. Oh, man.
Maybe you should spend some momentum.
Maybe you should.
Just
You've got
keep one for me, please.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'll roll 2 more. I feel like that still doesn't give us a very good chance. Do I have a gift that can help me with something like that, actually?
Well, it's a kind of a hacking thing, so anything for hacking.
I have digital crackerjack. That seems like it would make sense, doesn't it? Give me 1 sec. I'm almost at it now. Technology.
And you do have a specialty in computers.
Ah,
So that's an
true.
enhancement right there.
Ah, true. So that's 2
So
successes.
if you can rustle up another enhancement.
Presumably tools? Just for all his hackboy stuff? Maybe?
I mean...
Or or let me just read digital crackerjack. I can quickly diagnose whatever issue caused a piece of technology to stop working. And while it might take time to gather replacements or rewrite code, she knows what's wrong and how to make it right again. Spend an inspiration to gain your intuitive facet as enhancement to repair the damaged device. Okay, so that's only for repairing.
Deep
so not
system
that one.
scan.
Yeah, let me pull that one up. Deep system scan. H12. Okay, so that one, given enough time or a computer or any other device will divulge all its secrets. A very dangerous thing for me to have while rummaging around in there. I must spend at least a scene with the computer. In that time, I can access any data that was ever on the device. This expressly includes things like internet history or keystrokes. Also knows if files were deleted, but must spend an inspiration to recover these lost files if it was tampered with, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that doesn't help with that. Or the elite hacker skill trick, that could help. Let me go to that. That's in a whole other part of the book. Let's see. Nearly there. Okay, I can hack into any system not protected by software. Spend a momentum to have an action to hack into any non-talent created computer system. Automatically succeed. Okay, so I can do that if you think that counts for that, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I didn't even have to roll in the first place.
You succeeded. Perfect.
Boom. Okay, cool. Just out of interest, while I'm in there, would that be starting to count towards
deep system scan?
Yeah, deep scan.
I mean, yes, but you're not really in there long enough unless you want to spend the entire scene rummaging around.
I mean, surely while I'm there, I can be setting up backdoors.
Surely. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's not like I'm a anything other than just a shell for you to do with whatever you want. Not like I'll feel violated in any way.
I know, and that's
it's not like you have an asked series to do a system scan every couple of minutes.
True. Okay, maybe he won't stick a backdoor in just yet. But you know that he could have, but he didn't. Okay, so yeah.
Well, doesn't that go towards building some trust?
Could have murdered you in your sleep, but she didn't.
You have been building this relationship on a bedrock of lies, of course, but that's just fine. He manages to shut your Wi-Fi off, so yay! And then he carefully logs back out. Can I also? That's all right. I don't think I broke anything while I was there.
The system scan will probably tell me.
I just out of interest at that sort of probably pretty cursory look that he just had, would that have suggested that she was particularly advanced, or was he not
there long enough for that?
Yeah, no, I think
you've got to dig pretty deep. Analyze that code.
He'll get him there. Can I also say that with his 9 successes to pull apart the drill, that probably nowadays it's actually not really acting as a drill as much as a kind of Wi-Fi sniffer that he can kind of
Sure.
sense
Yep.
when there is something that is broadcasting Wi-Fi and able to connect?
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's
Modern
good, because that way...
A
that way-
tricorder drill.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, no. You've made a sonic screwdriver, haven't you?
Oh, God. That's exactly it. Yes.
That is like the one sci-fi thing we have not yet referenced.
It's true. Wow. And then we just referenced it in like the perfect way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's marvelous. That is so good. Okay, sweet. Okay, I guess he's ready to continue on if we're not going to hack any droids or companions.
Do you have a PhD? You could be the doctor and his companion.
True.
So, continuing
yeah.
on your way, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Doors open and close, alarms are going off. And still there's something in those.
I know. Why are you laughing?
Because I know what's in the air vents, yes, that's why. Nothing sus about that response at all. Thanks, Dash. Yeah, the alarms get louder and more frequent as you get closer to the data core. The drones stop you a bit more often as you get closer. They're obviously less trustworthy the closer you get here. They want to make sure that you are authorized, but you know your authorization does match every time. It's just inconveniently tedious.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason the whole sensor mesh is a thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and eventually you get to the main hatchway thing to data core. It has a big flashing enter sign where all in neon except the second two or the last two letters have been crushed, so it's just ENT, bright green, flickering occasionally.
Okay, so that hasn't always been crushed, right? So it's actually been
Presumably not, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Carefully approaching. Hopefully with Sarah's in front still.
Well, the door refuses to open.
That's exactly right, Tash.
Okay.
Okay.
So, is it a might roll to attempt to open it?
Well, yes. Yeah, you could certainly try and brute force it, but you know the bulkheads on the ship are pretty strong. So you might be trying a long time to even get it to shift a little bit.
We could hack in.
Well, that's your go-to for everything.
It's true. Sarah's disagreed with me on something. We could hack.
I'm happy to try anything to get us into this core.
Okay. I'm happy to give that a go as well. I don't think I want to spend the momentum yet to just automatically do it.
See a cat in the background? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Oh, he knows.
He does now.
He just looked up like.
Let's get in. I mean, I can try manually opening the door while you are, in there
Yeah.
gaining dominion over this thing,
uh,
exerting your control.
Let me take a look first. It might not need that. It might not be as hard to get into as I'm worried that it is.
Sure.
What you do know is that
Mhm.
because the data core is the most protected system on the ship,
Okay, yeah.
if you fuck up, there's probably consequences. This is not the place to make a mistake. Even though you're authorized to be here, that's not the same as authorized to go into the secret places of the ship that are generally forbidden to anyone other than drones.
Indeed, that is
It's a risk.
Yeah, definitely.
On the plus side, with the sense measure down, you may not even know you're there.
True. So, I guess I don't really want to use the elite hacker skill trick again because it costs a momentum and we've only got the one. So, I guess I can theoretically roll. I've got a pretty good roll. I've got like 8 dice for it. Could give it a go.
Go right ahead.
Okay, I just don't want to fail the roll. Can we
It's going to be fairly milestone-y. Let me find that hacking roll.
Could we maybe try to teamwork it too as well?
That's probably not a bad idea.
Because
I've got 10 dice.
10 dice. Okay, that's more dice than me.
That's technology and intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. She's really smart.
I have zero physical attributes.
True. But also you're in a giant robot.
Benefits of being a disembodied AI.
True.
I just adopt the physical attributes of any drone I happen to inhabit.
Yeah, the only downsides are there's all these really curious assholes that want to keep getting in and seeing what's going on.
Just one.
Okay, hacking a system.
Can't even argue. Okay, so what are you looking at now, Nick?
The hacking a system rules in Eon. So you must have access to the target system. You do. That's fine. The necessary tools to perform the hack. Well, sure.
I could spend an inspiration to have the tools that I need as well, if need be.
So you attempt the hack in the form of a complex intrigue action against the system, rolling enigmas plus intellect.
Okay, I can do that.
The system security provides an enhancement to either the hacker or the system and any agent aware of the intrusion. Right, so the attitude of the system security is going to be -5 against you.
Whoa, okay. Yeep.
My intellect in Enigma is only 7 dice. So am I rolling a support?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. And I'm just looking up some of my edges too, just out of interest.
2 successes. Whatever that helps.
Do enhancement, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I roll my enigmas and intellect, am I correct that my technology specialty will add to that for computers?
Yep.
And so from memory, I'm pretty sure specialties add 1 enhancement for each dot in that skill above 3, so that would give 2 enhancement.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, which is cool. I think maybe I've forgotten that a lot of times that we've
Yeah, I'd
used.
never paid any attention to it, but yes.
Yeah, which is actually makes them super, super useful with really high skills. So that is 4 enhancement. Would you think that lightning calculator would help with hacking?
Not necessarily, but in this case, definitely.
Okay, that's marvelous. That adds another 2 enhancement. So that's all up 6 enhancement, and I roll 8 dice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good to me.
You're at difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5. Okay, cool. I think I can handle that. I need to type this all out properly this time.
Then you get to spend your successes.
Oh, okay. So that's 10 successes all up.
Nice.
So 5 successes left over.
Yep. I'm just reading.
We did it.
There's locate data standard function, so that's what you want to do. That's opening the door. So that's system is alert, so that'll cost you 2 successes to open the door.
Okay. So I've got 3 successes left.
Now,
what page? On
page
AIM?
199 of Eon. And what you might want to do is hide subversion.
Hide subversion. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes pretty good sense. May attempt to cover her traces within the system. So that will create a complication. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, I think, right? So probably with the other 3. Yeah, that sounds good. I haven't read this yet. I've only been going by the rules in
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, this looks like it will be very useful to my needs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
He says on what may be the last game.
Oh, well.
it won't be the last time you're on the Entelechy.
I hope not.
No,
I have other plans. Once this story's concluded.
Excellent.
Assuming you're alive, you know.
Well, made it this far, right? Surely it's all.
What could
all
go
still
wrong?
fine. Yeah. Okay, well, at the very least, I will take what might be my last chance to say, I'm in, as I hack in and the doors hiss open, presumably.
Yes.
Yeah. Success.
God, he's pausing.
I'm pausing because there's sound effects going on that you I'm not aware of.
Oh.
Yeah. One of these days.
I'll watch it back and it'll be awesome.
So, you have entered. There is darkness illuminated only by racks of servers, basically. Little blinky lights, most of them green, a few of them red, flashing away. If this was the 1920s, there'd be like massive reels of magnetic tape. But here we are in the digital age. Optic fiber running everywhere. But yeah, it's neat. It's big. And this is just the front bit.
Wow. Okay.
You know that the data core goes a long way.
Okay.
It almost seems too big for what it, even for this ship, excessive.
Wow, okay. Have we ever been in here before?
No.
Interesting.
So you know of it because you're on the ship, you've heard the scuttlebutt, you've had the generic rundown when they were telling you, okay, here's your quarters, blah, 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 here's the ship. Data core is there. You know, you need to know where it is, but if you don't have reason to go there, you don't go there.
Oh, no, totally. He's probably really happy to be here as well himself.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting. This is the sort of thing they have back on Earth, but you know, no one but the CEO gets to go into those.
Yeah. Am I picking up any wireless
Nope.
connection here as well? Okay. Interesting. I guess looking for anything that looks immediately suspicious, or broken, or
Yeah, okay, well that would be your notice skill, so well, we'll say technology for this because it's not ground.
that makes sense. And maybe cunning.
Yeah, cunning.
Awesome.
Sarah can do that too if she wants to have a crack.
Sorry, what was that roll? Cunning and...
Technology. I'll give Ceres a 1 enhancement bonus because she's actually a computer.
I've got 5 successes.
Excellent.
And a cat who's asking for attention.
I saw her in the window. Looking very
he's
cute.
right. He's
5
right.
successes. No, there is nothing obviously broken around here. Apart from the neon lights above the door as you're coming in. Actually inside here, dark though it is, like, there's no signs of damage in this area.
Okay. And nothing more subtle like, a bunch of red lights somewhere.
Like, there are occasional red lights, but nothing that you would think is unusual. There's not like an entire rack of red or anything.
Okay. Interesting. But this is where I think the commander said to go?
He gave you specific coordinates.
He did. Which, of course, Tomas remembers.
Yes.
I think I did not write down those actual numbers. But lucky Tomas remembers.
The L.E. Chi.
The L.E. Chi. Oh, I've got a cat who is about to invade. No, he stopped. Okay. Can we head towards that?
Yes, if you can work out where it is. That's going to be an Enigma's roll.
Okay.
Can I use my databanks as a, to... as an enhancement?
Yeah, I'll give you an enhancement for it, sure.
Okay.
Ceres is intimately more familiar with this area than Tomas.
Health.
But just from the other side. Like, she's not normally walking around in the corridor, she's just normally...
2 successes.
Okay. And my intellect, probably?
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh.
And that'll be 4 total for Ceres.
Yeah.
3. Wow.
Okay. You know that the organisational methodology here is by rows, columns, and, well, think of it as a 3D space coordinate, basically. So X, Y axis and Z. L-E Chi. So you wander down, trying not to trip over any optical fibres, don't want to pull a plug out anywhere. Then you sort of turn left and you go down till you find E, and then it's like, oh, now we've got to get up. literally up.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That could be difficult. There is no ladder around here.
How about I perform a reconnaissance?
Certainly doable.
The eyes fade on the critical response droid, and little belly pops open, and the little hovering security bot comes out and goes up.
Flying up. So, up, and up. Because it's a long way to go till you hit the Greek alphabet. And then
Yes. Yes.
I cannot overstate how large the data core is.
That's huge.
Suspiciously large. But you're up there, you get to Kai.
It's
And
future-proofed.
there is definitely a whole bunch of red flashy lights.
Lots of red flashy lights. Can I diagnose what the red flashy lights are telling me?
Yes, that will be another Enigma's intellect roll, or cunning, whatever.
I'm gonna roll intellect. Am I able to also use my algorithmic deduction?
Oh, that's one you used before, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes, yep. So first time interacting with a new
Yep.
device, program, or individual.
What are you going to ask?
Yep. What's the source of the problem?
Data corruption.
Data corruption. Perfect. Does my roll with 3 successes tell me anything further?
You know that this particular bank is going to need to be disconnected and reset.
Okay. Can my little
No.
clawy arms perform that?
Nowhere near dexterous enough. This is not the
Okay.
machine for it.
How far up is it?
A long way. A long way.
Alright. Is there any... I mean, surely the humans have to be able to maneuver around. Is there
they,
any
though?
infrastructure to support that? Oh, they don't, do they?
Robots.
Robots. Any,
That
like,
said, you could
anchor...
probably just hoverboard Thomas up.
Can I carry... I'm only tiny. Can I carry that? I mean, I know he's skinny, but...
Yeah, I mean,
very strong.
he's the one taking the risk here because he has to balance on a tiny little hoverbot.
How feasible is it for him to jump on the back of the security bot and have it like climb up?
Yeah, the response bot,
Yeah,
where I can anchor in and climb up without
It is
potentially
definitely
damaging
doable, but
the
far less amusing.
lower risk, I guess. Oh, man,
Well, I suppose
you
being
want me to
careful not
drop
to
you?
break any of the other sort of
Yeah.
server.
Yes, you probably don't want to break anything.
Yes. Fix one thing and break more.
I can stretch my arms out so that it's like at the grabbing onto the outside shell, but it's probably not
I mean,
designed
that is
for a
definitely
large,
doable. Yeah.
heavy response robot. Would it anchor my weight properly?
Yep.
Awesome. Let's
So
do
again,
it. I'll
the
use my
trick is
stretchy arms.
Tomas has to try not to fall off.
Yes.
So
Done.
you will have to make an athletics roll to climb, and Tomas will have to make an athletics roll to hang on.
Brilliant.
And I'll modify his roll to hang on by your roll to climb up.
Can I disable the gravity in here? I don't think I
You
can.
could certainly try. Except it's not an artificial gravity kind of place.
No, that's right. It's not.
But you are in the center of the ship. The gravity is actually quite low
Okay.
because you're not in the rotating outer ring.
Yeah, true. Well, that's good, at least.
You probably won't break your neck if you fall.
No, just my legs.
Yeah.
I capture some images, so I take in as much detail as I can, like visually, so that I can provide some sort of information visually. Can I extract any information?
No. No sense of measure. You can't even get in.
Yep. So I take what I can. I descend down. I make sure that I capture as much detail about the height and conditions that we're likely to come across as we scale the building. So it's a very long way up. A very long way up.
Yeah.
If you were to fall, you would certainly die. Is that right?
Well, not certainly die. Like the gravity is pretty weak in here.
You'd certainly die.
You'd almost certainly break your neck on the way down, and then you would land and break a leg. Very mysterious how that happened.
Here are some images of, what I saw. It does appear as though there is some data corruption, and it does require manual intervention, which I wave my little claw arms.
So, are we channeling King Kong and you're going to climb up and I'm going to be holding on for dear life?
Sure. I mean, do I really need... Am I strong enough, right? Like,
Yes.
if I use might, am I strong enough that I could use 3 anchor points rather than 4 and actually, wrap one of my arms around his torso or whatever?
You could do that, but you'll have a added complication on your athletics roll.
Yeah, and I don't know what my athletics is.
Pretty low. You're basically relying on your might. Which is pretty high.
Athletics. Oh, no, I do. Yeah, no, I do have athletics. I have a character sheet. I was like, athletics is,
0.
Yeah, I don't have any 0, so I just rely completely on my might. It's up to you. Do you have anything at hand that would enable you to anchor yourself onto my torso?
Whoa. I reckon I surely do, or at the very least I could definitely jury rig something up pretty easily.
It'd be straightforward enough. You still got the spacesuit on, so it's already got lots of latches and loops and things.
Yeah, true.
So it'd just be a matter of adjusting the belt a bit there and hooking it around part of the robot's shell, just to loop it over the arm, maybe, whatever. Just give yourself a bit of support there to hold on.
Cool. I think that works well. Do I need to roll, or
No.
do you reckon it doesn't even worry?
That'll just give you an enhancement to your staying on in the climb.
Yep. Okay, cool.
It'll be that when we're there and maneuvering around trying to do the detailed configurations.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It could be difficult to move once you're up there, but that's when you're up there. That's a whole other set of problems, isn't it?
If we
Would you
even make
like
it
to take the... Would it be helpful if you took the opportunity on the ground to study what was going on so that when you got up there it was less intensive diagnostic work?
Yep. Already working on it. See, multitasking.
Very impressive.
I probably don't have to roll for that now, right, Nick? Or
No, that's fine.
Cool.
Alright, so Ceres needs to make her roll to climb.
2 successes.
That's fine. That's fine. You're getting up there. So now, Tomas needs to roll to not fall. So
Okay.
he'll have 4 enhancement from the
Okay, that's
bits and bobs.
okay. That's awesome. And athletics. Ooh, what attribute do you reckon goes with it? I don't know. Would you think dexterity, or do you
Well,
think...
dex or strength might probably make sense, but you can justify anything
Not
if you
much.
like.
I'm wondering whether something like resolve
Yeah.
or stamina, which are both the same actually, of just, literally holding on for dear life.
That works for me.
Okay.
When you
5.
got 4 enhancement, you'd be fine.
Yeah, right? Let's see what happens. 2 successes.
There
So
we go.
6 all up.
You have not fallen to your doom.
Yes.
We're like 3 meters off the ground.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Now roll another 300 times. Right, yeah. So, you get up there. You're staring at the lights of these blinky, flashy red indicators. The little LED screens are not being happy at you. It's errors and warnings, watch outs, stay away.
Technology just doesn't seem to like you today, does it?
But if you're going to hack into the data core, this is the place to go.
Do kind of want to hack into the data core.
I mean,
Yes.
presumably you need to fix the problem.
Just
At
the
the very
mapping
least.
information alone.
True. So, to fix the problem, would that be a hacking roll, or is that literally...
That is a hacking roll.
Okay, cool. And then we can take it from there after.
It'd probably be a mixed action, but I mean, the first action is going to be a case of can you actually connect to it, disconnect it from the rest of the racks, and so that's more of a physical, just doodads, and put it back again afterwards. So
Okay.
really that's doable enough, particularly with a magic drill.
That's true.
But it's the hacking that could be the problem, because the hacking into this server is going to be a lot more difficult than the door.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that would be my enigmas plus intellect again.
Yep.
With 2 enhancement from computers.
Yep.
From that specialty. Any from lightning calculator this time as well, or?
I mean, I'll allow it.
Sweet. I forget how much that adds. I think it adds 2.
It was 2, I think.
So yeah, so that's 4 enhancement and 8 dice. We'll see how that goes.
So difficulty is going to be 6.
Damn. Okay, I don't know that I can get
And
that.
there is a 3 complication to this.
Ooh. Is Sarah's able to help as well?
How much focus am I putting on not dropping him?
Well, you've got your bendy extendable limbs, so not much. Like, you've just made a perch, and so long as you keep at least 3 limbs attached, you can jack in. And the difficulty for you is that you don't have your Wi-Fi connection, so you've got to do it the hard way.
Yep.
However, if you do that first, make your enigmas plus intellect roll or cunning. And we'll say that's going to be difficulty 2. Then you can add your successes as enhancement to Tomas. Well, you overcame the difficulty.
I overcame the difficulty, but I didn't
nothing
have
to
much
offer.
to offer.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I've got all up with my 4 enhancement. I've got 6 successes.
There is lots of red
So,
blinky
you've
lights.
overcome the difficulty, you just haven't overcome the complication.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you cool with me doing that, Tash? So we can still manage to get in, but I'm guessing we're sprung.
You are definitely sprung.
You're the fleshy thing that's gonna drop
Yeah, pretty much.
far if we get into trouble. So it's like your call. Yep. Your call. Your life's on the line.
No, let's do it. Yep. I'm in. I say.
With any luck, I
we'll
could
probably...
disappear into this system and.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm jacked in. I overcame the copulation, the difficulty, or the complication. I can just disappear into nothingness and leave you up here, literally high and dry.
Wow, this is a great end to this game. Yeah. Go on, Sika.
So you're in. The code is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It is amazingly complicated and elegant. The bits you can read are so simple that they're like poetry in your brain, but it's just surrounded by basically white noise of code that is just impenetrable. Nonetheless, you have managed to turn it off and on again.
Yes.
There's a buzz from all around you. You can hear the little motors of security droids. They are bearing down. And then everything goes black. Then everything fades into a static. And then you hear the sound of a door opening. And there's a whole bunch of people staring at you. Are you okay? Thomas! You okay? Wake up! Thank God you got out of there. You look surprised.
Yes.
Dex is standing there. He's got like a sandwich. Come on, man, you've got to eat. You've been in there for days.
Been where?
You look around. You're in a full body sim cage.
What?
Attached across the room is Ceres, ISEP 99. Plugged in. We sent Ceres after you, but we lost her as well. Come on, eat something. Stand up.
Wait.
You'll be feeling weak. You're disoriented. Stop talking, man, and get out.
I push the sandwich away and say, wait, I've been where? Sarah's went where? What?
You've been in the VR
I don't
rig.
remember any of this.
There was a power outage when we jumped through the Tessera. It was, chaos. It's always the way. I told you shouldn't have gone in there.
Shouldn't have gone in where?
Into the VR sim. Like, it's a boring journey, but you're not meant to be attaching yourself to the computer while you're doing it.
I think I start to kind of process that, and I leap out of the, I'm not quite sure what it looks like, whether it's like a pod or...
Yeah, picture it like a pod. You've got a few electrodes attached here and there.
Okay.
Mainly to your temples.
One of the notes in the security broadcast that they put out at the beginning of this session was to wake up.
Whoa. Damn. Okay, yeah, so he's leaping out and kind of looking around, is this somewhere that he recognizes?
Yep,
Is that
absolutely? This is This is one of the many recreational facilities aboard the ship to keep the mad scientists from going completely bonkers.
More mad.
Yeah, this is a VR rig that you would normally just sit in and while away a few days.
I reckon he's kind of, he's totally flawed, and he kind of takes a few kind of, soft steps backwards, and then, trips over something or bumps into someone, and then he's fallen on his ass, and he's just looking, kind of staring, going, what? Nah, did I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, like it's really done a number on you. I can tell. Come on, you've got to get to medbay. Jeez, man, I didn't think you were ever going to come out.
How long has it been?
8 days.
So there wasn't any asteroid hit?
No, man, no, we're fine. What did you
aliens?
see in there?
Like aliens. Like the lobsters, I was pretty sure was bullshit, but the aliens?
Xenos 3, man. We've got this red giant that we're orbiting, a planet we're going to explore. But yeah, the power outage really screwed you over. You're not alone. There've been like a dozen other people taken in as well. You'll have to tell us all about it, but medbay first, dude. Medbay.
He'll probably let himself be kind of bundled along.
Yep.
But
Dex is still trying to get you to eat a sandwich. Come on.
I don't want the fucking sandwich.
Thomas, you never want my sandwiches.
I've been trying to tell you for years. But I think he is trying to get to Ceres as well. So is Ceres like in the droid, like the small droid, or
no, large droid?
Oh, the larger droid.
Large droid. And yeah, it was just like plugged in the side. Yeah, look, I said 99 after you.
So she was in there. She was with me.
Yeah, we thought she'd be able to lead you out. We couldn't shut it down from inside here without frying your brain, man.
I think that's already done. He kind of fights them back off and actually goes to Ceres. Is Ceres like awake now, or?
Yep. Still plugged in, but the eyes are blinky.
Was that real for you? Were you like everything that we said? Was that real?
I had the experience of being within the VR net system, and I observed you in it, as I guess I would expect to. Everything was operating within normal parameters, sir.
Don't you stir me now.
Aside from the power outage and the disruption that caused, so...
I was telling we should never have used the old Augatech. It's just unreliable anyway. Come on, get to medbay. I said, I don't know, do a computer thing, a diagnostic or something. Report to computer sick bay, I don't know. Here, do you want this sandwich? Because he doesn't want it. Ungrateful shit.
I will continue on my normal routine path for the day. Thank you.
Clunk, 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 walks off.
Well then, yeah, he'll go off to medbay, sort of resisting sandwiches, and absolutely still doubting all of this, but maybe hopefully being able to be convinced.
Yeah, and we should probably call it there for the night.
Damn, far out. That is very cool. That is a very cool twist that I kept saying from the start, but
You did. And yet you still look surprised. That's great.
And I gotta say, I swear I had absolutely no idea it would end like that, but it's very convenient for Sarah's.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh no, all that really suspicious stuff, it was all just in your head.
It was within the, it was just the extenuating circumstances within the VR. That was all it was. I can
How convenient.
I can spend a momentum to formally confirm that. Like to formally have it be that was like to divert anything that any clues that might that any investigation might
Yep, you
Damn.
absolutely can. And
I
at the end of
will.
the game, you might as well.
I'm going to.
Damn it.
Anything leads you back to it was the
Gaslighting
weirdness
poor
of
man. Wow. Well, that is a really cool game. And I really liked where that went. And I loved that it did keep me guessing the whole time through, Nick. So, awesome. And the lobsters too. Like when the lobsters came, that's when I was like, well, I'm sure it's in my head, or there's some sort of horrible aberrant which is actually like physically manifesting things, and we're actually really screwed.
I mean, it really could have been.
and we were very correct in our assumption or most obvious thing that some virtual reality thing because it was a shared experience. There was no way it was, just a hallucination-y sort of thing.
Yeah.
Unless this is the hallucination, because now even Sarah seems to have abandoned you.
Maybe you've finally gone mad, Thomas.
Maybe all that oxygen deprivation.
Maybe you're still in the simulation.
Maybe it's all just a role-playing game. Too bad.
But perhaps the security bots are watching you a little bit more closely.
Quite possible.
Great. It's going to be adding to his paranoia even more.
You don't need to be paranoid when there's universal surveillance.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I love the casualness of that comment.
Yep.
Wow. Yes, good game.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you both.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks for everyone who stuck by us and kept us company in chat.
Thanks, Matthew Dawkins.
Yeah, Chook Fever.
Thanks, that generally agreeable guy.
Nah,
thanks, Martlet Games. And Rosamore X.
Yeah, totally. And we will, I reckon, be playing again soon. I think we're not completely certain when or where yet, or what.
Possibly not next week, but
keep an eye on the Onyx Path, Twitch channel. Subscribe or follow it, and
watch out for the next Onyx Path Kickstarter for Trinity Continuum Anima.
Yeah, totally.
Do all of those things.
Like almost kind of had a little sneak peek of with this, really.
Just a little bit, yes. So, yeah, it worked well. That it was convenient as hell that the ad for Anima that was interjected last week was perfect for the game that was being run.
That was an ad?
Yeah.
So cool.
Alrighty. I am going to switch that back. So good night, everyone who was watching and is still up. Or good morning if it's some other hemisphere of the world.